And so I say I take it personal, but I mean, I make it personal.
Yeah.
You know, I'm invested. We are getting this house, you know. And I will fight tooth and nail. And if I need to make phone calls and, you know, when shit gets hard and figure stuff out, like, I will do it because they've put a lot of trust in me. And it's a big deal.
So this is episode 54.
Okay.
Of Yellow Colored Glasses. We just surpassed the 52 1-year mark. So we're really excited about that. We've been posting for 1 whole year.
That's
so
awesome.
You're getting into the 2nd year of us doing this. So we're really excited about that. Today we have on, we're starting by the way.
Okay.
Today we have on Heather Musick.
Yes.
Not Musick, that I was incorrectly pronouncing prior to this podcast. And she is a mortgage broker. And she is going to teach us and tell us about all the things in regards to mortgages. Actually, I wanted to share this with you. Before we started the insurance brokerage, we kind of decided early on that we wanted to be diverse, you know, life insurance, personal insurance, business insurance, finances, help people out with finances. And so I had toyed around with the idea of getting my mortgage license. I don't really have a desire to do that anymore, but so I'm still kind of intrigued to just learn about it and about the industry and about fun things that you encounter. Of course, where there's fun, there's challenges. So I'm just anxious to hear about all of it. So anyway, before we get into all of that, I am going to read a review. This is from Sam S. Sam says, I switched my insurance over to Warren & Mount's agency recently. They were able to double my coverage while saving me money. Great group of people that provide a great customer service. Thank you so much to Sam S.
Love
really
that.
Appreciate it. So first things first, peek and pit. Something that's going really well for us, something that's not going so well for us. And I love that you were thinking on your way here because I have done 0 of that.
Okay, good. Well, I don't have an idea,
So something that's going really well for me. I think I mentioned this like in the last podcast, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself to anybody that listens, but I feel like in the office we are kind of like tightening up our roles, and I think it's been really helpful from like a communication standpoint, a daily task standpoint, just kind of getting shit done type of standpoint. And it's been super helpful for me, like mentally and even really emotionally, just be clear about everything. So that's been really helpful. Yeah, you go ahead and then we'll do pit.
Okay, your Pete gave me a pit, so great job. I feel like I'm in a market that is not great right now, and so many agents and lenders are leaving. I am like doing really well. Yeah, my old boss actually called me yesterday to send me a referral for a deal that he couldn't do at his place, and was just kind of asking how things were going, and I was telling him, and he was like, wow, he's like, I'm so proud of you, which means a lot because he taught me everything that I know in mortgages. So it just felt good to know that like I'm doing something right, and I mean, there's moments, yes, like you said, but something's going right. And when so many people are leaving the business or drowning and, you know, just barely getting by, I'm having a record month this month, and that's just exciting for me.
That deserves a round of applause.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I love that.
That's so cool. I feel like the insurance industry is tough right now. Just with, and I'm kind of, so I don't know if you know our backstory, but Jake was in insurance prior to all of this, my husband. He was at State Farm for 7 years, and so now, you know, we're inching our way to his 10-year mark. We're almost there. We might even be there. Anyway, he's teaching us everything that we know, and insurance is kind of the last to take a hit from anything that's happening in the economy, in the market in general. And so everybody's rates are just, why?
Right.
Why? And I wish I had a better explanation, and I wish I could help people more in that capacity, but it's challenging, but I always like to, shift things into a positive mindset. I'm able to strengthen conversations. Having hard conversations makes other types of conversations easier.
Yep.
So, anyway, it still sucks. I hate that people have to go through that. I hate that it's a thing, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yep. It's inevitable, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yep.
So you were talking about tightening up your ship, if you will. And we're going through like the behind the scenes transitions and changes. People, move on and go to other things. And so we're kind of in that process of tightening all that up, and it's rough. And so it's a good thing, but it's also, like, honestly, it's a really shitty thing too. And it requires more work and hard conversations and communications with the team on how we can make our system better. I know the end result will be positive, but right now we're like in the thick of it, and it's just, it's hard sometimes.
Do you have anybody like that's a part of your team that struggles with making those changes or resists making the changes? Not
that I've found. I'm like, I couldn't do what I do without my team. Like, they are.
I love that.
I mean, I could, but not to the capacity, right? Like, I wouldn't be able to have record-breaking months and go out and make new relationships and connections and be available if I was doing all the things that they're helping me do. So I don't think so at all. They're open to it. We had like an hour and a half long conversation on Friday, and just the conversation, like, that's what, we can say all the things through Teams and emails, and a genuine, honest conversation is just like, hey, just help me understand why we're doing the way we're doing, because maybe this makes more sense. And it doesn't matter if you've been in the team for 2 months or 15 years, like, everyone has value to bring to the table.
Absolutely. So, I love that. We've been really, us 4 owners, trying to figure out how to really inspire and push the ball forward on teamwork and how to capitalize on it, because to your point, like, I can't be super efficient in what I'm doing if Amanda doesn't, do the things that she's really good at, and Dustin and Jake, Caleb and Janny. So it's so helpful.
It is
beyond helpful. So let's get into, first of all, this whole podcast transpired. You reached out to me. You were like, I want to be on the podcast. You want to share all the things. And I love our podcast, and I'm not trying to brag. I like the concept of other people being able to come on and share what they do, because you're exposing yourself to people that maybe you wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to expose yourself to. And that's one more, it's higher chance that they're going to recognize you in the future and want to work with you. So I just think it's so beneficial for all parties involved. So anyway, I'm excited to hear all the things from you. So who are you? What happened?
Oh, goodness. Where do I begin? I'm Heather Musick. So I work for USA Mortgage, but I started in mortgages. I grew up in Butler, 45 minutes south of here. Small town. As soon as I turned 18 and graduated, I was like, out of there. Like, I need out, right? Like, everybody knows everybody. It's just, I need it out. So I moved to Kansas City and got my first big girl job at a bank. So I've been in banking and financials and numbers forever. That's all I know. And so I worked at Capital Federal and got kind of promoted through there to a processing assistant for a mortgage lender. And that was like my first taste of it. Really loved it, worked on it throughout a couple different companies, and then in 2008 got laid off when everybody else did. And got out of it. Had kids, was a stay-home mom for a little bit. And then I got into for-profit education and worked at a school doing financial aid management for 10 years. And got divorced and got laid off from that job and was like, I need a reset. I got to find something. So I went on all the job interviews in the world, and couldn't find a job. And I met my old boss, who actually lives here in town.
Okay.
Yep, Robert. And I had met him before I got laid off from my old job. I was looking because I knew it was imminent, like just the writing was on the wall. And, he's like, I don't have a spot right now, I don't have a spot. I was laid off like December 13th. And right after the first of the year, he reached out and he's like, I might have something, not yet, but just kind of keep in touch. And I started February 19th of 2019. I just remember that date for some reason. And like I said, I've been in mortgages ever since.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was his assistant, and he like just taught me everything.
I love that you have stayed in the same like category of banking,
numbers,
real estate,
financials.
finance, in that realm of career path.
Yeah,
something about it is attractive to you.
Yeah, I love numbers. I love math. Saving money from one, in one type of way. Like it's all just, even with the school. I mean, yes, I was helping people spend money, invest, but they were investing in themselves, in some
using
form
it
or
the
fashion.
right way.
Yeah, right.
Using it the right way. That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
So this company that you're with now, what's so attractive about it? I know you love the team aspect.
Yeah. I love the team. I love I just, honestly, when I met my boss, I was, for another loan officer that worked there had been trying for months to get me to come on, and I was just like, I'm not moving. I'm good here. And then I work with a team of agents that are very investor friendly. And the team lead, a personal friend of mine for years, was like, look, I got more business for you, but you don't have what I need at this company. And so we started shopping around. I say we because she literally went on job interviews with me.
Wow. Okay.
Like we're a package deal. And found USA Mortgage, and they have everything that I need for everyday homeowners.
Yeah.
But they also allow me to broker out and do things for investors and what in the mortgage world we call non-QM, which means non-qualified mortgage.
What does that mean?
It means conventional, traditional financing is, conventional Fannie, Freddie, USDA, FHA, all those. If you don't fit in that box because of you're self-employed and write everything off, you need a bank statement loan. And a bank statement loan is non-QM because it's a non-qualified mortgage. It's not the traditional qualification parameters.
Yeah.
So about 50% of my workload is that non-QM world.
Yeah.
And that's where I go out to all these other lenders, investors, and broker out to them an option for my clients. So
interesting. I have never heard of the non-QM. But that's has got to be helpful for those types of people because
without it they wouldn't have an option.
I know they literally, I've actually wondered that. Even my dad or people that kind of operate like my dad, he's self-employed. He's been that way for a million years. I don't know how some of these people figure it out.
Yeah, because on paper you make nothing, or you keep your money hidden under the mattress, or whatever the case may be. Like on paper it doesn't look good.
Right.
But there are options. You just have to get creative and
and you got to find the right people that
work.
Are willing to what's the word I'm looking for? What am I trying to say?
Well, I never say no.
I love that. You really, and I love that mindset. And Jake is very much like this in insurance too. I really like his role modelness for insurance in that capacity, because if you can get out there and try it, you're probably trying a lot of things that other mortgage brokers are not willing to figure out, to try, which is it's helpful for you,
very much
for
so.
your business and what you're doing.
And it builds just my arsenal and my personal. So I don't win every deal. I fail. I don't.
Absolutely.
But it helped me for the next person. So
you know more. I think that's so good. It's got to be really beneficial for also the client, because they know that they can come to you with
whatever scenario.
Your arsenal.
Exactly.
So I love that. So what does your job look like? If I came to you and I said, okay, I want to buy a house. I am a W-2 employee. So is my husband. What happens?
Oh man, I instantly love you.
Those are the easy cases.
Because those are so rare. But
Are they really?
Yeah, it's crazy how. And
I'm actually shocked by that.
Yeah, it's so many people are self-employed or have side gigs, but that's where a primary part of their monthly income comes from.
Wow,
so
I am shocked.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, it's. I'm telling you, a W-2 pay stub employee, we're like, woo, this is a good thing.
I kind of thought in my mind, I was giving you a very common scenario.
Yeah, no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. That's great. I think I also kind of work because of the agents that I'm associated with and work primarily with in this niche that I've kind of created and not even created, but maybe piggybacked on. I don't know what you want to call it, but they're, like I said, a lot of them are investors. So, again, some of them work W-2 jobs, but a lot of them, all they do all day is real estate. And on paper, that doesn't always look great, especially in the beginning.
Yes.
So, I'm looking at more tax returns and figuring out rent schedules and things like that, but it doesn't matter how you come to me. My first question, I always like to have a phone conversation. I meet a lot of my clients through social media or in a group text with an agent or whatever. And I always say, do you have time for a quick chat? Because I want to build this relationship business. I want to, hear my voice and just build that relationship. Yeah. So, what's your plan? What's your goal? My number one question for an everyday homeowner is, how much money do you have to invest? What do you want to invest? And then from a monthly payment standpoint, what are you comfortable with? And then if you're out there shopping and find the home, what's your max? Because when I know those things and then get an application and really get all their info, we can come up with multiple scenarios. Because most people are qualified for more than one loan. There's just so many options out there. Yeah. But different scenarios will equate and determine, to which route we decide to go. So somebody that, wants to live in a rural area, USDA sounds like a great program, but it's not maybe the best program if they've got, a higher debt to income ratio or something like that. So it's just it's a giant puzzle every day, no situation, no client, no even house. Maybe I have repeat clients and we jump back and forth between different types of loan programs because each property is a different story.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like you are taking the time to really personalize conversations with every client so that they can live the life that they want, that they've got
in their
pictured in their mind. Yeah. And it takes people like you to put all of those puzzle pieces together so that they can get what they want and not be, costing them. Right. I love that.
Yeah. That's so cool. I think, like I said, it's like a relationship business. And sometimes I think I take it too personal. Not take it too personal, but I get invested. I literally had a client text me this morning. We were texting last night. They bought a house a couple of weeks ago, and I just texted and said, hey, I hope things are going great. He left an amazing review, and so I just wanted to thank him for that. And he sent me pictures of every room. We've painted every room. And then he texted me at 7:30 this morning. He's like, I forgot to tell you I'm getting these French doors installed on the back porch. And it just makes me so happy.
Yeah,
and then he's like, I would love for you and your daughters to come for dinner. I'm, smoking a brisket this weekend. If you guys want to come over sometime.
Amazing.
That just means the world.
Oh my God.
It just means the world. It is a real relationship.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I say I take it personal, but I mean, I make it personal. Yeah. I'm invested. We are getting this house. And I will fight tooth and nail. And if I need to make phone calls and, when shit gets hard and figure stuff out, I will do it because they've put a lot of trust in me and it's a big deal.
I love your perspective on that. You are very much we've never worked together for context. Yeah. On a deal or anything, but that is desirable when I'm thinking about someone that when I buy my next purchase. We're very much into real estate. We have an Airbnb in Arizona, and we've done long-term rentals. We're into it, whatever. Yep. Whenever we go to make the next move, I want to be with someone who is going to fight tooth and nail. Yeah. Is going to ask hard questions to underwriting and go to bat, because there is a disconnect between client and underwriting, and we see this on insurance too. With, again, even agent underwriting, there's a disconnect sometimes, and there's disconnect between, very obviously, the client and underwriting. Yep. Client doesn't understand why the company's doing what they're doing. The underwriting has very certain guidelines that they absolutely will not bend on. But the agent and you in this scenario, there has to be a voice of reason sometimes. There has to be like, okay, I get that these are your guidelines.
Yep.
However,
right. Let me show you this.
Yes. Let me tell you the backstory. Let me tell you the facts. Let me pull up the Cass County Assessor's website. Let me give you all the receipts.
Yep.
Because there's a lot more to this, and you want someone like that going to bat for you, especially whenever you're working with large banks and large insurance companies where they kind of have an opportunity to just walk all over people.
Oh yeah.
So you want someone in your corner that is gonna go to bat for you. Like and this is why I feel so strongly, and I feel that you probably feel strongly about this in your own right and in your own what you're doing. Like, service is so much more than price.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
Like I recognize that price is something that
it's important.
A lot of people have to pay attention to. I cannot disregard that completely.
Yep.
I can, though, emphasize the importance of working with people that are going to go to bat for you.
Yep.
And are really going to speak to your situation and really, like, just fight for you.
Yeah.
To get what you want.
Yeah. I literally told an agent last night, I have a client for months. We've just kind of been going back and forth, and they've lost deals and walked away from deals and this and that. And they've got another lender and I just kind of batting, for each other or for her. And I get it, right? Like I get money is important, right? And the bottom dollar has to make sense. Yeah. But I literally told the agent, I was like, if the deal breaker for you is 0.25 in a rate, I'm not the one. Yeah. If you want to close, I'm the one. Like, and at first it was really bothering me. I'm fighting so hard, tooth and nail. What can I do? How can I cut anything? Like trying to win this deal. And then I just kind of went to realize I'm not going to fight for this. She doesn't care about the relationship. Like I'm doing this because I want to build a relationship and work with you again and again and again and see you succeed. And that's not the most important thing to you, then that's okay. Yeah. It's okay.
Absolutely.
But I'm just maybe not the person. And that's a hard pill for me to swallow because I don't like losing.
Right.
But maybe I didn't lose.
Kudos to you. No, you didn't. Because you know your boundary.
Yeah.
And in that situation, you still win.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that I've been more on like a personal level. It still kind of flows into business because anything in business very much affects our personal lives.
Yep.
But being able to have boundaries and recognize, okay, I think I might be putting in more than
I'm getting.
Yeah, and so you
yeah.
No big deal. I'm not mad at you.
Right.
But I'm also don't expect what you've been getting.
Yeah. So, that's so true.
And so in that situation, I don't know. I feel like you gained perspective for yourself.
Yeah.
And you know your boundaries.
Yeah.
So that is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
So moving forward.
Yep.
What does the future look like? Do you expansion? No expansion?
Man, I don't know. I have struggled with that, and I actually have a mindset coach, and we meet every Monday.
Really?
Yes, it's been a game changer. Yeah. Okay. And so I originally met with her because of one of my good friends' recommendation when I was talking to her about I just don't know, I'm in this stagnant point and I want to grow. I want to go further. I want to build, but I don't know how because I have control issues and don't like to let things go. And so how, whatever. So she was like, meet with the mindset coach. She'll tell you everything. Yeah. I really don't know everything yet still, but I do want to grow. I do want to build more. I'm a woman. I'm never happy. I'm never pleased. I want more. I just strive for that. So, and not of course, money, right? But not from a money standpoint. Yeah. I need a challenge. I get bored. I could not work. Yeah. And I love what I do. I genuinely love what I do. I hate it some days too.
Sure.
But I genuinely love what I do. Yeah. So, expanding, I mean, I would love to have a team. I have a couple people that I've hired on, if you will. They do the same thing as me, but they came from other companies. I kind of recruited them, if you will, to come to the team. I would love to have people underneath me that, you know, work with me, for me, that I can teach and grow and mentor, just like Robert did for me, because I'm like forever grateful for him for what he taught me. So I would love to be that for someone. But I could also flow like right how I am and be content at the same time. But content gets boring.
I love that. I'm honestly the exact same way.
Yeah.
I say this to Jake all the time. I'm like, that's actually why. So I was in dentistry for 7 years before. And so I was an assistant for a while, and then I went into hygiene. And about a year into hygiene, I was like, I had an honest conversation. Like, I can do this for now, but can I do it for 40 years? Me? No, absolutely not. So I started like trying to, you know, get myself out of it. I joined a direct sales organization. That was kind of my way out. And there was like some personal things that transpired, didn't work out. Then we opened up the brokerage. Here we are now. But my point is that when I was in dentistry, I knew that what dentistry was offering and what I had to offer the world, it was just
didn't line up.
No. Like I knew that I was going to reach a particular type of potential, and I couldn't live through everything that is like within me. Yeah. So I had to like find a way out, and that's why. And I don't know, maybe it's bad that we are the way we are. I'm gonna just roll with it because I like the way it feels. So same thing. Like I do want to make a lot of money. I do want to create a significant life for my family. And there's nothing wrong with that. Simultaneously, also nothing wrong if you have no desire to be like that.
Right.
But I want to push myself to every capacity possible, because why the hell not?
Right. No, I 100%.
Like, why? Yeah. But I know a lot of people ask why, and I don't have an answer.
So everybody's like, find your why. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, yes, I have kids and I want them to prosper and have, you know, I don't even want to say have what I didn't have, because I had everything I needed and more growing up, you know?
Yeah.
But I want it for myself too. Yeah. Like, I work my ass off. I want to enjoy these vacations. I want to enjoy a lifestyle that I never thought I would live.
Yeah.
I want that. And why the hell not?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do I need a specific why?
I know. That question has always kind of irked me. Like, and my immediate response, what I want to say, and I'm sure I don't say to avoid being snarky, is like, well, why wouldn't I? Like, you know, like, my ultimate why for even why I'm starting is for my family. So how, like, what other why do I need?
Right. Yep. Yeah. What else is there?
Yeah.
Like, just because.
Yeah. I keep hearing this thing, and maybe you'll have strong feelings about it too. There's someone that I keep seeing on, I think it's Instagram, and he talks about how like women can only be happy like in the house, taking care of the house, doing child things. And I'm like, okay, I feel like you're not a woman.
Yeah, because I'm only happy when I'm not doing those things.
Like, I feel like women can like have kids, and they can work really hard, and they can spend quality time with their kids, and they can be a great wife, like, you know, to each their own. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
No, I don't. I was a stay-at-home mom and couldn't do it. I need people, I need interaction, and I need a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Being a parent is a challenge, but it's like different type of challenge.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I need to push myself and be better and provide. I mean, this may sound really rude, but I'm awesome. Like,
yeah, you are. Absolutely.
I have a lot to offer.
Absolutely.
And whether it's a relationship or a friendship or an employer, any of them are blessed to have me in their life.
Yeah.
Like, it's a privilege.
I love this.
And I mean, it's taken me a long time to get to this point, but I genuinely feel it, like, to my core. And I say, maybe it sounds rude, but I don't care. Like, it's...
Oh, I love this so much.
It's just... But it's true, and I think we all should feel that way.
Yes.
And that's like boundaries, like we were talking about earlier. They're so wildly important. And I think as females, women, moms, employees, whatever, we push that to the side. And no, that's not an option.
No.
So yes, I love my children and I love my line of work because I never miss an event. I, have to drop one off at 12:30 and be at 2 open houses at the same place on different sides of town and all the things. And it's stressful and it's annoying and it overwhelms me. But I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have the right people in my life and work my ass off all the rest of the time.
Yeah.
That's why I do it for my family.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
What
other why do you need?
Yeah, right. It's all because I want to.
Yeah, damn it.
Just because I want to.
I love that. I think to be able, you're in the right room whenever you can say I'm awesome and no one's going to go, oh my God, she's so conceited.
Yeah, well, I don't know what these people are going to think of that.
Exactly.
But, I guess I don't care.
No, and you shouldn't care. And just because you think that you're awesome does not impact my awesomeness.
Right. You're awesome
or the next
too.
person.
Right.
Yes,
Everybody
has their own awesomeness and they should live through that every single day.
Yep.
And you living through you, me living through mine, it doesn't affect anybody else unless they allow it to.
Correct.
That is where.
Yep.
So I want to hear about this mindset.
Oh, yes.
How did you hear about this? How did this transpire?
Yeah. So my good friend Mindy is agent, and Mindy Templeton.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So we've been friends we worked at the college together.
Okay.
So it's so funny. She always says, Heather and I have known for each other for years, and she's like, we worked at National American University, and people are like, National American University, and she's like, yeah, one day, one night, sings the song. Anyways, she did admissions, and I did financial aid, and she was like, we're doing the same thing now. I bring the student in, she got them money. I bring the client in, she gets the money.
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing. So anyways, we were sitting by the pool one day, and I was telling her how I wanted to go on vacation. This was at the beginning of the summer. I wanted to go on vacation, but I didn't feel like I could because I, again, have control issues and didn't want to leave my team. And what if I'm not here, but yet I want to grow at the same time, all these things. She was like, you need to meet with Evelyn. I've been telling you this for a year. And so finally I was just like, fine, whatever. So I texted her right then and booked this appointment with Evelyn. She's a mindset coach. And so every Monday at 9 a.m., I start my week with an hour of Evelyn. And it's conversation just like this.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just, she just has a way of turning what I say around for me to hear it myself. And I'm just like, oh,
have kind of realizations almost.
Yes. Yeah. And that, so she'll ask me questions and I'm talking. And as I'm even talking, I'm like, oh, now it makes sense, the way you change your mindset. And so some of the biggest things I take away from her are, and I've already ruined it today because I've said, I have to go do this. I have to go do this. It's not,
I'm really trying to pay attention to that recently.
It's, I
and
get.
myself. Yes. Privilege.
It is, I get.
Yes.
And I may be frustrated that I am having to do all this, but really I need to be thankful and blessed that I get to, because some moms don't have the luxury that I do to be involved as I am. And I get to clean my house and I get to go to the store and I get to.
Yes.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I have to stop myself, and I'll even in a text say I have, and I'm trying to, like you said, I think it'll be a forever constant work in progress.
Yeah, 100%.
To change that have to get.
Yeah.
But when you do that, even manually changing have to get in a text, just flip something in your brain at the same time.
That's even.
Oh yeah. I don't.
Okay.
Even if it's something as stupid as Mindy saying, "Hey, come to the pool," and me saying, "I have this call to make. I have this work to do." I get the opportunity at another client.
Yes.
I get to whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I love that so much. I have been. Thank you for being my temporary mindset coach.
Oh, anytime.
You're affirming
She's also
that I'm
a temporary therapist.
Okay, I love it. You're affirming that I'm in the right direction.
You are.
I have really, and honestly, really just for the past week or two, I'm I get the opportunity because I woke up today, because I literally just did it right now, live. It's not I have got, it is I have the privilege. I get another opportunity today to shift my mindset and recognize all of the opportunities and blessings and things that already exist for me. Like one thing, again, going back to the money, like big house, whatever type, thing that I want. Mm-hmm. I can't like keep waiting for that to happen. No, I have to like live as if we're there. Mm-hmm. We're there, baby. Yep. Yeah. Because like tomorrow's not promised. Mm-mm. So anyway, you were going to say something. You got excited.
I did, because I was trying, as you were talking about this whole Git thing, I remembered you had shared something before, and I was trying to think, was it a story? Was it a reel? And like trying to remember it. And I feel like I maybe do. You had said,
is it the one you sent me?
No.
Or is it different?
No, it's, God dang it. Something about work. I think it's work. Maybe I need to come back to it and like put my mind back in this place it was 10 seconds ago so I can think about it. But you had shared something, and I remember like taking it to another conversation, even in regards to, busy. You always say people are so busy, and not you. You share this thing saying people, always say I'm so busy, I'm so busy. And like, that's just kind of a nasty, not great word. Like I am blessed to have work going on, and busy sounds so negative. And I don't remember exactly the context you shared. Now I'm gonna have to go find it, but I hope it wasn't a story. But it just whatever it was on that day specifically, like hit me, and that was probably months ago. But it was kind of that same concept of getting to versus having to, and being busy. You don't just fill your time with busy stuff. Right. Like make it purposeful. Yeah. And make it count.
Yes, I'm about intention.
Yes.
I'm all about intention. Even for the past probably like 5 or 6 episodes, I'll even like think to myself, like, what do I want to come out of this? Yeah. Is there a specific message while I'm talking to this person that I want to relay to, future audience that watches in the future, or to the person that's sitting right in front of me? Yeah. Like everything. And I think whenever you live like so purposefully and so on like intention, I think, your purpose and your, because I think that's what we're all trying to figure out. We're all like just these, my husband used the word wildebeest recently, so that's we're all these wildebeest just trying to figure it out, living in society, trying to find our purpose. But I think when you live on purpose, that is it. Yeah. Like when you wake up, and like I try every morning when I wake up and I come to, I am so grateful that I get to live another day. I get to live in this house. I get to show up to the job that I have. And what an amazing thing it is. Right. Because, and I think, I don't know how much you're into like manifestation or I spiritually, whatever. But I really feel like that is how we move the needle in the direction that we want to go. Manifestation or no manifestation. Manifestation. Yep. So anyway, what a great conversation.
I know. I feel so empowered in some weird way.
Like I know. This was great. Yeah. I feel like this had to happen.
Yeah,
It had to happen like this. I feel like, there are just certain people that get it. Especially whenever you're talking about like, I'm awesome. I'm like, yes, say it again. Say it again. I love that so much, because you just know the only part of the reason that you said that, not the only reason, part of the reason is you feel comfortable and confident enough that it is not going to impact me in any form or fashion. Right. Except for the fact that I literally want to cheer you on, and I want you to take all of that and go live out your awesomeness in every form and fashion that you can. Yep. So.
And that's what it should do. I mean, and inspire you in the same way, in some way.
Yeah.
But I also don't have all my shit together either. Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, I'm awesome, but I got some crap too. Like, it's just is what it is.
The baggage is it's alive and well.
Yeah. Yep.
It's always alive and well.
Always.
So thank you so much for joining us. I think that's is there anything else that you want to?
No, I don't think so.
Is there anything else that you feel like is really important that you want people? No. I don't want to miss anything.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
joining
me.
Yes. This is such a great conversation.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This is going to be This is going to be one of my favorites.
I love
100%.
that.
100%.
Love it.
So thank you so much for joining.
Thank
and we'll see you on the next one.